Tonight, 5 COVID-19 related deaths and 149 new cases recorded in the last 24 hours, taking deaths to 116 and cases to 6,704. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump test positive for COVID-19. Still tonight, students in central Kingston to benefit from the City Kids Homeschool program launched yesterday.
Education starts in the home, and so what we're seeing here today is a full representation of that.
And the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities is encouraging persons registered with the organization who have not yet benefited under the CARE program to apply for financial support. Good evening. According to the latest report from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the island has recorded 5 additional COVID-19 related deaths and 149 new cases in the last 24 hours. Now, this takes the total of deaths to 116 and the total COVID-19 cases to 6,704. The deceased are 3 females aged 71, 79 and 94 years and 2 males aged 76 and 99 years, all from St. Catherine. Now, one of the deaths was previously classified as being under investigation. Of the newly confirmed cases, 82 are females and 66 are males ranging in age from 11 days to 88 years. The gender of one person has not yet been classified. Kingston and St. Andrew has recorded 72 cases, St. Catherine 23, St. Elizabeth 12, St. Anne has recorded 10 cases, St. James 7, Manchester and Clarendon have both recorded 6 cases each, St. Mary has recorded 4 cases, Portland 3, Trelawney and Westmoreland have both recorded 2 cases, and Hanover has recorded 1 case. The parish classification of 1 case is unknown. 33 moderately ill and 15 critically ill patients are among the 4,386 active cases now under observation in Jamaica. Recoveries have increased by 121, taking the total of recovered persons to 2,112. Still making MELLO TV news, President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump have tested positive for COVID-19. President Trump made the disclosure via a tweet early this morning. Trump's positive test comes just hours after the White House announced that senior aide Hope Hicks contracted the virus. Now, she has reportedly traveled with the president several times this week. Trump, 74 years, was last seen by reporters returning to the White House on Thursday evening. He was transferred earlier today to the Walter Reed Medical Center to be evaluated for COVID-19. He walked out to the helicopter and gave a thumbs up to the cameras outside. White House spokesperson Kayleigh McEnany said this evening that Mr. Trump has mild symptoms and was transferred to Walter Reed Medical Center out of an abundance of caution at the recommendation of his physician and medical experts. The coronavirus, COVID-19, has killed more than 200,000 persons in the United States and infected over 7.3 million people. We will bring you more on this story in subsequent newscasts. In news from Westmoreland, the Savannah Larmar police have launched an investigation into the death of an elderly COVID-19 positive patient whom it is believed hung himself while on the isolation ward at the hospital yesterday morning. The deceased, aged approximately 85 years, was reportedly from a Grange Hill address in the parish. Reports coming into our news center tonight are that yesterday morning, nurses at the institution went to check on the COVID-19 patients. That's when they discovered the elderly man hanging from a piece of cord tied to the ceiling. The police were summoned, and upon their arrival, the scene was processed and the body removed to the morgue. In other news tonight, The Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, JCPD, is encouraging persons registered with the organization who have not yet benefited under the COVID-19 allocation of resources for employees care program to apply for financial support. Applications reopened yesterday. Executive Director of the JCPD, Dr. Christine Hendricks, said that the grant is available to persons with disabilities who are unemployed or not formally employed. Now, individuals who have already benefited under the government care program should not apply. Applications may be completed online, or persons may visit the JCPD, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security's parish offices, the Combined Disabilities Association, Jamaica Society for the Blind, Jamaica Association for the Deaf, and the Jamaica Association for persons with intellectual disabilities. Now, to apply, persons should possess a valid tax registration number, TRN. Children with disabilities should have a valid TRN or birth certificate. For further information, persons may contact the JCPD at 876-968-8373, 968-0623, or 618-1133. They can also be contacted via WhatsApp at 876-807-0383, the website at www.jcpdja.com, or visit 18 Ripon Road, Kingston 5. In news from the capital, students in Central Kingston are set to benefit from the City Kids Homeschool program that was launched yesterday. Here is Killeen May with more on this story.
City Life Ministers, in partnership with the Canadian High Commission, hosted and launched the City Kids Homeschool program in Southside in Central Kingston yesterday. Executive Director for City Life, Carrington Peter Morgan, in speaking with our news team, explained the settings of the homeschool project and the importance of training for both students and parents.
The open house has given us a chance to invite our partners and special guests into the homeschool setting here in Parade Gardens, Southside. So what we're seeing is a real yard homeschool setting within an inner city community where the parents, the teachers, this is their space, this is where they live, and this is where they would do their homeschool, their homework. City Life believes that education starts in the home. And so what we're seeing here today is a full representation of that. So the training component of the homeschool program is huge. Most of the time when we think about homework or homeschool, we think about the kids and we think about learning supplies and school bags, and all of those things are great. But who trains the parents? The training of the parents is critical in order to make the homeschool program work. And so the City Kids Homeschool program has a training component that is actually virtual. And so we have a training series which is video, and we get it out to all of the parent teachers, because we believe again that the strength and the capacity of the parents within the home will make the big difference as far as creating that empowering environment starting at the home in preparation, not just for school, for extracurricular activities, and for the kids really to leave the home setting and be healthy and be able to engage any opportunities that they have out in the world.
Mr. Morgan also explained how this project came about.
City Life Ministries has been around, established in the downtown community for over 15 years. The homeschool program really came about because of COVID, and so the situation, the opportunity came up because we started seeing parents and children attempting to pull their kids together and to educate them, but they needed the push, they needed the support. And so phase one of the program will involve 3 communities: Parade Gardens here, Southside Parade Gardens, secondly Tivoli Gardens, and thirdly Waterhouse. So phase 1 will run through this school term, and then we're going to be preparing for expansion of the program. Phase 2, come January, we want it to spread across Kingston as we consolidate our partners in order to make this thing really work.
The Canadian High Commissioner to Jamaica, Her Excellency Laurie Peters, in her remarks, said that projects such as the City Kids Homeschool program will have a lasting impact.
To be able to see how our Canada Fund can continue each year to give that hand up or boost to maybe small scale projects such as this, but small scale projects that have big heart and big impact. And it's so important to see these very important funds, this money can be put to such good use that will have long-lasting impact beyond the life of this project, beyond the life of COVID as well. You have maybe heard the expression that it takes a village to raise a child. That is true whatever part of this global village world that we live in. And here we can see that it takes a village, it takes a community to raise bright, vibrant, dynamic, passionate children that can go on, that can excel in the Cape and the CSEC, that can go on to first-class high schools here in Jamaica, and perhaps even one day continue your studies in Canada. So with that, I want to just say a big thank you to the partners, and again, most important, to the mums, the big sisters, the big brothers, the dads, and the city kids who are going to try to make the best of this COVID-19. Be good to each other, be good to yourselves. I know you can learn well, and we're so delighted to give you this hand up.
Central Kingston Member of Parliament Donovan Williams, in thanking all the partners involved in making the project possible, said that a project of this nature can only serve to build our communities for the better.
I am so pleased to know that a noble, I should say institution, as the Canadian High Commission has also caught the vision and has partnered with City Kids and has been contributing to this venture. A project of this nature, in my view, can only serve to build our communities. We have wonderful, brilliant, intelligent kids in this community in Southside. And if you should run a survey, you would find that some of the most prominent high schools in Jamaica, you will find that students of those prominent high schools are from this constituency. And so, I will endeavor to, in my capacity as Member of Parliament, partner with City Kids and with the High Commission, Canadian High Commission, to see how best we can enhance this project, to allow it to grow and probably have more satellites in the constituency, in various parts of the constituency, so that our children will have a bright future.
Reporting for MELLO TV News, I am Colleen May.
In news from St. Catherine, the mother charged after her 3-year-old son was seen in a video smoking and drinking what appeared to be an alcoholic beverage has pleaded guilty to the charge of child endangerment. The woman from Old Harbour pleaded guilty when she appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court earlier today. Now she is to undergo counseling and is to be sentenced on November 5. The woman was offered $150,000 bail following an application by attorney Maisha Campbell. The child in question was placed in temporary state care along with the woman's 3 other children after the incident went viral. Back in the capital, detectives in Kingston West charged a man with illegal possession of firearm and assault at common law after he assaulted and fired gunshots at the police along Darling Street on September 25. Now the man has been identified as 27-year-old Ian Somerville, otherwise called Buju, unemployed of Wellington Street, Denham Town in Kingston. Reports coming into our news center tonight are that an operation was underway at 11:30 a.m. when Somerville pulled a firearm from his waistband and fired at the police. The police returned the gunfire and disarmed Somerville. He was shot in the right arm and assisted to the hospital, where he was treated and subsequently charged on Wednesday, September 30. His court date is being finalized. And those were the stories making news. I'll return with a recap. We'll now take a break and then join Christopher Scott with sports.